Yes. Oh my God. Real Housewives of Dubai did not disappoint. Oh, I have so much to talk about. I don't even know where to start. But lucky for me, I took notes. And when I have notes that look like this, we have a lot to unpack, okay? First, we're going to introduce the cast, but let's just talk about this because we have seen through the commercial that Phaedra Parks from Real Housewives of Atlanta child will be now making a little cameo in Dubai whether they're going to keep her on the cast while she's in Dubai because you know that they can't bring her back from Atlanta. The scene that she created when she accused one of her favorite cast members of wanting to drug and take advantage of somebody, that was all a lie and all fraudulent. They don't want her back on that cast. Kandi already said that if Phaedra Parks comes back to Atlanta to stir stuff up, she will quit the show and she would not be there, even though I don't know what her significance is. It's not like she brings a lot of the tea like Kenya does, or Nene does, or Kim does. Hell, I don't know. Kandi just has a monotone voice through the entire thing. Hell, Todd has more drama than her ass does. But what I'm saying is, I got to be careful with my curse words because, you know, YouTube tends to pay attention to those things with the algorithm if you cussing too much. But Phaedra Parks is going to make her little debut back on the Real Housewives franchise in this particular series. And I take they did that so they can also market it. But I also want to know if they'll keep her on permanently because Phaedra's Reeves was off the chain. What she did was scandalous. But we like scandalous in this type of shows, right? Okay, so let's get into it. So gold diggers and gold and some gold diggers. Everybody knows that Dubai is known for having an abundance of gold to the point where they sell it a lot cheaper than you find in the United States. So if you ever travel to Dubai and you want to get a souvenir, they usually allow you to go somewhere and buy gold for extremely cheap. A gold necklace here may be like $1,000. It'd be like $100 over there. But they do cap the amount of gold that you can take out of the country for reasons people that don't come over there in the country and try to take their resources like they do a lot of colonizing situation and come over here to this country and start making money off of their resources and how they import stuff and whatnot. So some gold and some gold diggers. Let's keep it going because this is called the Real Housewives of Dubai. Why? I don't know. Because Bravo shaded behind and the producers sure did let us know who was divorced. So I don't know why they even put this in there. But these are the cast members. And this episode, season 1, episode 1, was titled Sand Do's and Don'ts. Okay, meet the cast. So we have people in Dubai called Emirati. They have the Emirati, and I assume that those are individuals who are natives to Dubai. I'm not sure because we know that the airline Emirates is a Dubai airline. So I'm thinking Emirati is supposed to distinguish them from the rest of the bunch, those who are actual citizens of the country. I'm not sure. Don't quote that on me, but the very fact that they actually put their nationality on the description box for each individual makes me think that Emirati is supposed to be their nationality for people who are from Dubai. So we have characters like who's new to the group. We got Sarah Al-Madani or Madani. I don't know how to say her name. Sarah. She's Emirati. She is a divorced mom and she's a tech entrepreneur. Then we have Chanel Ayan, Kenyan beauty. She has the typical Hamitic features of Kenyans. You know, the Kenyans are known for long distance running. You know, they're the ones that you'll see in the Olympics. They're skinny with long legs for days and they have long strides and they will run for 30 something miles and their body will still not break. Me, I can barely run for not even a mile. I can maybe sprint for 100 meters, maybe 200 at the most. But as soon as it gets to close to a mile, I may do the 400 meters, which is just a quarter of a mile. At that point, I'm tapping out. These people will run for 30 miles. And so Ayan is a Kenyan with those same features, same everything. And she's here on this episode, on this series as a Dubai immigrant. And she's married. She's a mom of 1. And she's actually Dubai's first black supermodel. I don't know between her, Ayan, and Iman, who would win. Because they have certain similar features in the way that they're built and the way their faces are made. You know, and they do well. That's essentially the type of uniqueness that they want in models. Without makeup, some areas of her are not my type. I know she has beautiful brown skin, but her features are disproportionately proportionate for the camera when it comes to certain things, if you know what I mean. Like they fit in an odd way, but I don't know. It's just not my cup of tea. Then we have, she says in her mind, she's a star of the city though. Then we have Caroline Stanberry, who I call the British Cougar. She's married / divorced, i.e. she was divorced. She's a mom of 3, and then she's now currently married to her new jailbait. She's an entrepreneur and she's also an aspiring hotelier. I'm assuming that in Dubai, hotels are like a huge thing, a big deal. So that's something that she wants to be in business, is be in an aspiring hotelier. Maybe her being with Sergio is to dip into his pockets to help her build that empire. Who knows? We got Nina Ali. She's a Lebanese American woman. She's married, mom of 3. She's an influencer and a CEO. Then we have Ayan's bestie, Lessa Milan, who's Jamaican American, married, mom of 3, and she is a maternity fashion designer, and she's very beautiful. So we got one divorce and married. Now, and divorced. We have Brooks Caroline, who's American. She's from Boston, as gorgeous as she is. She's a divorced mom of 1. She's an entrepreneur and a spa enthusiast. I think that's a way of saying that she's just lazy when she's in a spa. I don't know what kind of spa enthusiast. Are you just trying to say that you don't have any other job title to put next to her name? I'm confused. Then we have the intro catchphrases. You know, when the song, whatever introduction song comes in, each housewife has a catchphrase. So the catchphrases are as follows. Ayan's catchphrase, the Kenyan, is, they don't hate me because I'm beautiful. They hate me because they're basic. That's how she started it. Now, I don't know if Ayan's going to rub me the wrong way just yet, but so far, she's full of herself. Then we have Sarah. Sarah's catchphrase is, a woman should be 2 things, who and what she wants, which I thought was decent. Then you had Caroline Brooks. Hers was, the desert is ruthless, but nothing is more savage than me. I said, girl, girl, yes. Because so far, your savagery is what's keeping me watching this show, okay? So bring the savage, baby. I'm all here for it. Then we have Lessa. Lessa said, the only thing you can take from me are notes. And I sure did take those notes. Then we have Nina. Nina said, if you think money can't buy you happiness, you clearly haven't been to Dubai. No, ma'am. Money cannot buy you happiness. And it doesn't matter if you live in Dubai. Money cannot buy you any friends. Money cannot buy you a constant lover. Money cannot buy you children. So if you don't have, if money is all you have to make you happy, yes, money can buy you survival, because I got to eat and feed and clothe myself and put a roof over my head, child. But the money that y'all have in Dubai is not necessary. Some places just overtly expensive just cause. They just use their word Dubai and make it seem like, oh, well, it's the name, so you got to be this expensive. I don't get the expense. A 1-bedroom condo should not be 1.3 million. I don't care. I don't care. Then we have Caroline. Caroline now says, in a city of gold, which is the British cougar, in a city of gold, because there's 2 Caroline. There's Caroline Stanbury, the British cougar, and there's also the Boston Brooks Caroline. So you got to be able to distinguish between the 2. So the British Caroline said, in a city of gold, nothing shines brighter than me. Which you're the only white person I see. So I mean, hell, you may be the one that's glowing. I'm just saying. Then we have 3. My next set of notes where it says Ayan, where show up where Ayan's modeling. She's modeling a gold dress. She's outside in the desert, like where the camels are, and she's with her 16-year-old son, Taj. She lets us know her life story. And while she's doing that, she basically tells us she's a badass bee in Swahili, Somalian, Ugandan, and English, i.e. she speaks 4 different languages. So her intellect is still there, even though she's a model. She grew up in Kenya. She got collected by the colonizer 18 years ago. And she didn't go by boat across the Atlantic. She flew by air. But she made it to Dubai. And she had a kid, one, Taj, 16-year-old. She has, like I said, the long, skinny, Hamitic look and stature. She does not know 10 times 10 without a calculator, child. She knows 4 languages, but she don't know math. That's important. Then, while she's there and they're making her up for her to go on set to do one of her nice modeling shoots, I think with a camel, she has gold on. She looks like more like, I would say, Nefertiti-ish type look. She over here doing the color purple dance with her son. I was like, all I could think about is Celie and the color purple and how her kids came back from some African country. You got the African of the show doing the growl. That scene cracked me up. Then we have Cougar Caroline's scene. She is just waking up out of bed with her husband / bait, Sergio. Sergio's robbing the grave and she's robbing the cradle. And his age is closer to her daughter, because her daughter is 16. He's 27, she's 45. She lets us know that she came to Dubai when she was married, and 5 years after she came to place herself here, she got a divorce, and then she was going through a midlife crisis. So he married her, and he's telling her that she's the love of his life, and she's saying that she got him because she was having a midlife crisis. Will they work? I don't know. Will they last? I don't know. Have marriages like this work before? Yes, with great patience and time. But I don't know. Speaking with both of them, I don't know them personally, and I have not seen them interact as much, aside from what I'm looking like is someone's child and an older woman in bed. It just looks kind of odd for me. Like, she just came to Dubai, and she's this blonde-haired, Aryan type looking female, and he's this Hispanic/Arabic looking guy, maybe Italian possibly, with Sergio. I'm assuming he's Hispanic. He might be, you know, trying to, you know, just get a little bit of that taste of what it's like to go that direction. I don't know what their motives are, but there's some people that don't believe it. Maybe they know them better. Who knows? We'll see as the episode keeps going. Then Nina comes to visit Caroline, and she lets Nina know that they would have gotten married in Dubai, but Dubai does not allow, because Dubai is predominantly Islamic, and they do not allow certain marriages to occur. I.e., Sergio is Jewish, and she's, I think, Catholic or something like that. And those two cannot get married, least of all get married in this country. So they had to go somewhere else to get married. And then they're going to come here and do some kind of, you know, celebration or some kind of feast to offset what they couldn't do in this country. Then she tells her that she's happy to be with Sergio because Sergio has brought out some youth in her. She's starting to find herself, and she's a different person now that she's with him. She said that he's going to be her boyfriend, her girlfriend. He's her girlfriend, her bestie, her everything, okay, and her lover. Then we have Lessa. Lessa is the Jamaican American with a British husband. His name is Rich, and they are rich because while they're sitting there in this pool that's supposed to be to help this 120-degree weather that they're in Dubai, she has $1,200 ice imported to go into the pool to cool it off, as if the ice won't melt and if the sun is not going to shine even harder to make it. I don't understand that concept, but if you got the money, girl, go on and waste it, because you make a lot of money from that maternity clothes. Her children, they've been in a 10-year relationship. She now let us know that her children have different, I think she said her children have like different accents. One of them has a Jamaican, one of them has a British, one of them have an American accent, and we did test it out, and they do. And she also says that she wanted to stay in Dubai because in certain countries like the ones we know of, Black lives matter in this country because it's all a lot of diversity. People don't have time to focus on that, so that's also why she feels safe here. Then we got Brooks Caroline with her 9-year-old son Adam, telling us that she's from Boston and she's been in Dubai for 12 years. She came with her husband and they were here for a while, but then they ended up divorcing. And all she wanted out of the divorce was her child. She didn't want any money. She didn't have any prenup. She didn't have nothing. And she was brought here with another colonizer. I'm keep calling it colonizer because it's just what I want to call them. But she did say that when she came there, she left the marriage with nothing, and she had to build everything from the scratch. And she started off by dealing with Dubai real estate. And so she's now to kind of venture out in different areas. And one of them is property, but I don't know if she's property that she wants to live in, because the property that she lives in, based on what she pays here, will be an entire mansion in the state of Georgia. So the pricing are very different. There's a different tax bracket when it comes to Dubai cost of living. Then we have Lessa and Ayan meeting up at a restaurant to go and have like a day lunch or whatever. And Ayan shows up with her 6-inch legs and her legs for days, her 6-inch heels, taller than ever, climbing this mountain. She's a whole tree, skinny as she is. And her husband probably climbs that tree, but she's a whole tree walking like a stalk, going over to go and eat with Lessa. And Lessa and her are, I guess, really close friends. And she tells Lessa that she don't go to the gym. The only gym that she works out is her husband, Chris. And she talks about her friendship with Lessa and how they've been close. And in her confessional, she said, I would cry. I'd really cry, but my makeup just, my makeup just is too pretty. I just can't shed these tears on this makeup. I was like, girl, really? Then they ask about, they're talking about Caroline and Sergio's relationship, the age bracket and stuff like that. Ayan is a whole mood and she can read. She says that Sergio and Stanberry are in a contract collaboration relationship. It is not a real merge. And I was just like, wow. And then, of course, they talk about who's invited to the hen party, i.e. the bachelorette party coming up. And Lessa lets her know that Brooks apparently told somewhere with Brooks, Brooks said something to Ayan saying that Caroline said that she's only going to invite people that are important to her hen party, and Ayan is not an important person. Ayan, who's full of herself, is going to feel slighted because she really is full of herself. So she brings it up to Lessa. Lessa calls Brooks, and Brooks is discussing it and also mentioning that Ayan is not invited, and Brooks is a little bit messy. So is Lessa for calling her right there in the middle and having her talk without her knowing that Ayan's right there listening. I don't know. But Ayan was making faces and was just like, hang up, I don't even want to hear Brooks's voice. You're already downing me saying I'm not important. That already hits my ego. So just pause you on, just put you on pause. So that's how that conversation went. And then Ayan makes sure that she lets us know that she's a petty boots. She's petty boots. And in her petty boots, I guess, back and forth with Brooks, she has done tits for toots. That's what she called it, tits for toots. And I'm like, you mean tits for tat? She goes, no, tits for toots. I was like, girl, tit for tat, okay? Tit for tat, unless it corrected her. Then I'm going to skip the hen bachelorette party with no poles or strippers, or actually, I think there was a naked man that came out, but I'm going to skip that scene. So we have Sarah now talking and saying that she wants to plan a full moon rooftop dinner with Caroline Stanberry, Caroline Brooks, Lessa, and Ayan. She wants to plan a dinner party where she got sage, she got candles, she has all the essence. She wants to spray for all the drama to be gone, and yet the drama came too. Then, while everybody's showing up and they're all dressed for their own occasion in their head. Some came dressed like they're going to a disco party. Some came dressed like they're going to prom. Some came dressed like they were going to get married. Some came dressed like they're going to church. They all had like their own theme in their mind. I don't know if they think that because this is the first season of Real Housewives of Dubai, y'all got to dress to impress, but they didn't follow the theme of the dang dinner. They all came with their own theme. Okay, the only person that kind of seemed regularly that would actually fit the entire dinner or the ambiance is Brooks. Everybody else seemed like they were just doing their own thing or showing off their body or just trying to look a certain way. So we got Ayan coming in, and Ayan comes in complimenting herself. This is why I say she's full of herself. She's not even giving you the opportunity to give her a compliment. She's going to come in and say, I know I look beautiful. I know I'm the bomb. I know I look this. I know I'm bad. I know I'm protected, well respected. I'm a queen. She's going to come and give herself all the compliments before you even speak. You're just going to sit up here and be like, okay. All right, you took the words out of my mouth. So I think that behavior and that attitude is what it was off-putting for the other girls, especially Stanberry. Stanberry feels it's off-putting by Ayan's energy because she comes in already full of herself and try to make things about her. At least that's the impression she's giving. We don't get the sensitive, considerate type Ayan. Maybe when she's talking to Lessa, but right now it's like she just wants to be in a room and make sure that everybody knows she's a room. That supermodel title that she feels when she's working is not going to her head in real life. Then we have them talking about their stripper name. And they said, Caroline's talking about how she has a nice stripper name, or she has a stripper name, and the stripper name method is the name of your first pet and your mother's maiden name. That'd be your stripper name. Mine is Arena Aneka. Not even cute. Not cute at all. If you want to go ahead and do the little game, go ahead and put your stripper name first pet, maiden name. Put that on the commentary and tell me what your stripper name will be, because mine is not even cute. Ain't nobody gonna want to be around me stripping with that name. Then we have the last scene where the fight begins. So during this little dinner, they bring up the hen party. Brooks, I think, or whatever, brings up the hen party. I'm not sure if it's her. But they were talking about, in general, talking about the hen party that Ayan was not invited to. It looks like Ayan was brought to this dinner by Nina, but Nina had good intentions. Brooks was going to sit there and dig into whatever emotions Ayan has because Ayan is feeling some type of way. But Ayan showed her hand. What I mean by that? If Ayan would have sat there and stayed quiet and let the conversation go and go and go and asked for dinner and ate, asked Nina how she's doing, asked Lessa how she's doing, bonded with everybody, asked Sarah how she's doing, like really just discussed basic things with people, said hello, kept it peaceful and left, Brooks may have backed away. But while they were talking about this, Ayan gets pissed off and said, why are we talking about this? I don't want to talk about it because I wasn't there, so I don't give a shh. I said, well, girl, just because you're not in something doesn't mean that you got to be rude for everybody else that was there. But that was how she started it, already defensive. So they're like, we're just talking about it. We're just doing this. And then at some point, Stanberry, British Cougar, says something about Ayana, and Ayana says, you don't even know me, and Brooke and Stanberry says, I don't want to get to know you. And of course Ayana's looking at her like, don't be full of yourself, you should want to get to know me because I'm everything. I'm bomb, I'm everything, I'm successful, well respected, I'm a queen, I'm a G, I am who I want to be. I mean, she was just going into her own, in her head, she is everything that everybody would want in every way. So why would Caroline, slash Stanbury and not want to be her friend. But Stanbury is like, I don't want to get to know your energy and me. We'll get along type situation. So after that little mini argument, Ayan raises her glass and she goes, tick, 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 tick. I want to give a toast. And she wants to toast the host, Nina, or she wants to toast to Nina. And while she's got everybody's attention and we're thinking that she's going to toast to somebody, she does not toast. She now finds a way to make it about herself and decides to address an issue while giving her toast, which makes no sense, girl. It almost seems like you just wanted to get a toast so you can get people to listen to you. And then you now go and address Brooks. She said, Brooks, why did you tell me that Stanbury told you that I was not invited to the hen party because I'm not important? And I was just sitting here and said, girl, that is not what you should be upset about. You should be upset about not even going to that boat party that was out in the middle of the sea. Everybody looked like they were having fun without you. All you want to know is why they said you weren't important. So Brooks is like, I did not say that. And Lessa, who actually relayed that information to Brooks, is like, she did not say, she is looking at her like, Brooks is very messy. Brooke is denying the whole thing. And so Nina, whoever is like, listen, you cannot do this at my dinner. If you want to address this elsewhere. This is supposed to be a soiree for us to enjoy each other. And you're sitting up here causing a whole mood and a whole mess because you want to make this about you. Not at my dinner. This one is about me. And this stage is supposed to be working because I've been burning this dang stage. So Ayan ignores her completely. And Brooke says, I did not say that. I said that she invited who was important to her. And I think Nina or Sarah now said, listen, let's squash this. Caroline, Stanbury, Cougar Mom, did you say that you did not invite Ayan because she's not important? Caroline says no. Then Brooks, did you tell Ayan that Caroline said that? Brooks says, no, I didn't. Ayan says, you're a liar. You're a liar. You did say that. You're lying through your teeth. And after that situation, while they're still going, Caroline, Stanbury, Cougar now takes this opportunity to get back at whatever she is mad about Ayan for. She's like, well, I'll take it now. I'm going to accept it now. I'm going to take it now because, this is what it is. So it just looks like on Ayan's end, Lessa, her friend, is not even defending her. She's just sitting here watching her friend get bullied. And you got Brooks and Caroline now low-key ganging up on her. And you can see the upset getting, just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Ayan is put in a situation to where people are downing her as a person and making her the butt of the joke. And she's not feeling it. So we find out that Brooks enjoys watching Ayan get put down because Ayan is so good at telling people that she's great, she's wonderful, she's this. So when somebody puts her down in that regard, it makes, it makes her feel some type of way. And it's a strategy that people take. If they feel like you're full of yourself or your shit don't stink, then they're going to try to do things to keep putting you down even further and further and further. And Brooks may be that type of person because let's be clear, Ayan is a supermodel in Dubai, the very first supermodel. And if I was to compare coins, I don't think that Brooks' coins is on par with Ayan's. I just don't. So Brooks is going to keep picking on her until she feels better. Now, that's how this episode ends. So then they show us like what is supposed to happen in the transpire moving forward. The drama that's going to happen at some point. Ayan is crying. We know that Brooks is going to be arguing with I think Nina or Sarah. I haven't figured out which one is the two just yet. Where I can, it's just the first episode. Then you have Phaedra that's going to come in here. We don't know who she's talking to, but she's going to want to know the tea. And because she cannot be in Atlanta franchise where Phaedra's reads is so good, they're going to plug her into a different franchise to see if she'll maybe come back, make a little comeback on that series, not on the one that she messed up with Atlanta, which means that maybe twice every year, Phaedra might be going to Dubai to be filming in Dubai and then move her behind back to Atlanta. Who knows? But I know they paid her for this. So Phaedra's there. And that was the end of this first episode. I was very, very much entertained. If you have not seen it and you're a Real Housewives fan, go and watch it. And also go out and check out. I did a response to Monique and DL Hughley's constant current argument. But first, I'm going to put the video of what Monique put online on social media, what her and her husband were saying in response to DL. And then I'm going to make my commentary. But I'm not going to put them on the same video because just in case I get flagged. One video can go down, the other will not because it's going to be my commentary. So just look out for both. Thank you very much for you guys subscribing and supporting me. Have a good rest of your evening. Bye.